Okay, greetings everyone, and welcome to the Week 5 overview for our Summer Read 960 course. By the way, can we just stop and appreciate how pretty this slide is? I'm so glad the video caught the animation. So pretty. Okay, so before class on Monday, remember I want you to print the following worksheet. Nothing to read this week, just print this worksheet so you're ready to work on it. We'll be working on it in small groups this week. Here's your overview for the class plan for Monday. We're going to have a short check-in, followed by discussion of Chapter 5, which was Quieting the Mind with Festinger and Audrey Santo. We're going to talk about all of that in small groups. I'll kind of break you out into smaller groups this week to do some discussion. Then we're going to talk about the end of Teach Yourself How to Learn. We'll talk about the parent who stays. We'll go over the blue sheet. Talk about all of the essay, and then we'll do some paraphrasing practice. That's why you're printing the worksheet, and then I'll preview week 5. Okay, so here's week 5 just as a kind of overview. You know to print. Make sure you print your green assignment sheet. There's not a screenshot of it here, but you want to make sure you have it printed. Remember, it's over here in weekly schedule and overview. You know that's where your assignment schedule is. That's where you found this PowerPoint. So it's all there, okay? And then the paraphrasing worksheet that you want to print before class is in this folder. All right, and if we work down the folders, we'll know that Teach Yourself How to Learn is next. I know we're done with the book now, but there are 2 assignments this week that are inspired by things that you learned in the book. There'll be a study plan for week 5 because we're kind of at the height of the summer course. And so this week actually introduces the hardest content that we'll do this semester. And so it's important to have a study plan this week. And then there's a modified exam wrapper. While there's no exams in our summer course, you did do a blue sheet last week and a summary for the parent who stays. And so this exam wrapper covers the information that was on that. Okay, so 2 things, assignments that are inspired by Teach Yourself How to Learn. Next, we'll do Chapter 7 of Opening Skinner's Box. It's called Rat Park. I'll go over those assignments when I get to that slide that covers Skinner's Box. And then there's 3 learning folders. Just like always, you have a connecting folder where there's another article to read. It connects to all the content for the week. There's a video called Rhetoric Crash Course that I'll talk more about when I get to that slide. And then the biggest folder of the week is the Intro to Rhetorical Analysis, and I'll go over that in more detail when I get there. So first, your Teach Yourself How to Learn inspired assignments. As I mentioned before, you've got a study plan. So there are assignment directions here, and when you're done, you'll submit your study plan here. Again, make a plan and follow it so that you can get through this week's content. Again, it is the hardest we'll do all semester, so it's important that you have a plan. The modified exam wrapper, I already mentioned that it goes with the parent who stays. There's answers to the blue sheet and your summary here. By the way, this will not open until after 11:30 at night on Friday because I can't give you the answers to the parent who stays before it's due for you in the assignment folder. So this will be delayed in opening until 11:30 on Friday. But you can check out the modified exam wrapper if you want, kind of see what you're going to do, because I'll give you the answers on the blue sheet and the summary, and then that's what you're going to use to reflect on in this chart, and then you'll upload the chart to the assignment folder. Okay, so then Chapter 7 is called Rat Park. We're in Opening Skinner's Box. I love this chapter. I think it's controversial. I think it challenges some thinking, and I think that's a good thing. So there's a video that previews it. You need to start there. It tells you what to do and in the order to do it because there's some links you need to look at. So if we look at what's in this folder, first you've got the video for previewing Chapter 7. And then here's again the PowerPoint that I used to make the video, just if you need to refer back. And then you'll see Rat Park comic book. When you watch the previewing video, I'll tell you more about that and tell you what to do with that. And then Bruce Alexander is our psychologist this week. Here's his website, and he has an article posted on there called The View from Rat Park. Although I do encourage you to click around his website, he has a lot of things posted there about addiction, and that's the theme for this week. When you're done with your QQMS, you will post it here in the assignment folder, but again, make sure you watch the video so that you know exactly what you're doing. Okay? Then we're in the learning folder. We're in the last part of the course for the week. So first there's connecting. There is an essay for you to read. Here is the Word document of that essay. It's called First you've got the assignment directions for a phone call. It tells you exactly what to do and in the order to do it. Then you've got the PDF of the essay. Here is a link to the audio. I've screenshotted that here. Auburn Sandstrom performed her essay on the Moth Radio Hour, which is an NPR program. And so you can listen to her read her story. And I think it's so powerful when you get to hear an author read their own words. And so I really wanted you to hear her. So in the directions, you'll notice that I ask you to open this and follow along and hear her words, hear her voice behind her words. So I'm going to ask you to listen to this. And then you're going to do, here's your file for the blue sheet. You're going to do a blue sheet, and then here's where you submit your assignment when you're done. All right, the next part of your learning subfolder this week is the Rhetoric Crash Course. That's here. A note about that, this is the same presentation that I use for my freshman composition course. They have two parts of this crash course. You are going to listen to the first part. Now, because it's the same video, it's the exact same content, there's one thing in here that I want you to disregard. And that's that in the very first 20 seconds of this video, I talk about chapters from this book, and you did not have to read these. And so some students in the past have been a little confused because they're like, Jan, I don't see those chapters in D12. Don't worry, you did not have to read them. Your only job is to listen to this video and take notes. There's a lot of content in here. Make sure that you understand what I'm talking about and take notes as you go. All right, and so that's the only thing in this subfolder. So once you're done with the video, you are done with that folder. And then that brings us to the last one, and this is where all the big stuff is. So here we're in the Intro to Rhetorical Analysis subfolder under Learning. There is a voice thread that you have to participate in. And so here is the link to the voice thread. It'll always say external learning tool. That's a good clue to you that this is a voice thread. Here is a screenshot of the voice thread. It's called From Blue Sheet to Rhetorical Analysis. And so you will watch the voice thread and participate in it as I ask you to. It covers two different essays. One is called Addiction is a Choice, Not a Disease. This is the essay that I will go through and give you all of the answers to everything we're doing. So this is the learning part of the voice thread, because I will ask you to work on the different assignments, and then I'll give you the answers so that you can learn, so that then this one you're going to do on your own. It's called Addiction is a Disease. And you can see that these two authors are obviously not going to agree with each other. So if you look at the folder, again, here's the link to the voice thread. Here is a link to the article called Addiction is a Choice. It's kind of got a wonky title format there, but you can kind of still read it. Addiction is a choice, and you just have the first part of disease. Here is the PDF of Addiction is a Disease. That's this article. You're going to want to print both of those. And then I'm going to ask you to do a blue sheet on each one of these. And so when you print your blue sheet this week, you're going to want to print 2 of them. Again, if you want to make that on your own paper, you certainly can do that. Then there's a new worksheet, and this is what you're learning how to do. That's why it's called From Blue Sheet to Rhetorical Analysis. You know how to do the blue sheet, and then we're going to extend that analysis into rhetoric. And so I want you to print 2 of these. It's 2 pages long. You'll need to print 2 of them. And then at that point, you should be ready to do the VoiceThread. So again, I would do some printing before you go to the VoiceThread. Print the article, print 2 blue sheets, print 2 of the rhetorical analysis worksheets, and then you're ready to do the VoiceThread. The nice thing about VoiceThread is it goes 1 slide at a time, and I record separately on each slide, so you have plenty of time to pause and go back and get what you need as you go. All right, then when you're done, you're going to submit your assignment to the assignment folder. And actually, now that I'm looking at that, that will be, I will actually, when I make that, I will insert it right here between these 2 assignments. I neglected to do that before I recorded this, which is no big deal, and I'm sure when you get in the folder you will see it. So you will have an assignment folder to turn in the work that you did in your VoiceThread. And then this is the big assignment for the week. We've kind of all been building up to this final big reflection paper. It's your first really big paper. And if you've noticed, everything is on a certain topic this week between Rat Park and your connecting assignment as well as your rhetorical analysis. It's all on the same content with lots of different points of view. So you are going to open these assignment directions, which is right here, Rat Park and Addiction Reflection Assignment. They're right here. So you are going to read through those directions, and then when you're done, you are going to submit your assignment here. Okay? All right, and then that is it. That's a wrap for week 5. Week 5 is done. There's only 2 weeks left. Please let me know what questions you have, and I hope you have a great week.